Hey guys, just obviously like most of you watching this just watched that sucker punch, that game. Sheffield United 1, Wolves 0, and I'm feeling pretty flat, to be honest. I'm feeling pretty flat. We don't really expect Wolves to put in two sloppy, poor performances back to back, do we? Not under Nuno. And I felt the longer the game went on, the more the Blades looked like winning it. They seemed to be hungrier and wanted it, and Wolves were backing off and defending. And you know, fair play to Sheffield United. You know, they wanted that more. They wanted that more at the end. The header that he got in to score it. We had warning signs after warning sign all the way through the second half. We got away with it a bit. And then we couldn't get out. We couldn't, you know, and they've scored with a typical, it's almost like a championship type game with a championship type winner. And it's a great header. Patricio had no chance, but we've been pushed back for all the way through the second half, and Sheffield have been the dominant team looking to win it. We've had a few excursions, but we've never hurt them all the way through the game. We've played 180 minutes in the last two games, and we've had two shots on target in the whole of what's going on with our attacking. We've got a wealth of attacking options, and we're getting two shots. I'm not one generally to criticise the Wolves, and I've got to say, as a Wolves fan, you know, it's hard to be negative and down, because I always try and be positive about things and where we've come from, and I've got to take a step back and think, you know, 3 years ago we were struggling in the Championship, and at the start of the season we would have said, if we can go a long way in the Europa League and finish, you know, and put in the top half and push for a Europa League again this season, it would be a really good season. And we still got that, so you have to be positive about that. But we got ourselves into such a position, whereas we had a real shot at Champions League. And you've seen the likes of Chelsea bounce back from result. Man United on this crazy run that they're on at the moment. You know, Arsenal on a run. Sheffield United started bad and they've bounced back. And the Wolves, the only really, really good performance that I've seen us play in the last 5 games since the restart is the West Ham game. The games against Bournemouth and Villa, we had just about had enough quality to win the games. West Ham, we dominated. Arsenal, we weren't at it at all, and they were just clinical and wanted it more because they had to win. And it's kind of the same against Sheffield. Now, I thought in the first half, for a change, I thought Wolves were actually shaded the first half. And the stats, we were 58-42% possession in the first half. Had more shots. And, we looked the better team. The second half, I'm thinking to myself, we're always stronger in the second half. And it just didn't happen. We kind of got pushed back, and Sheffield grew into the game, became the better side. And as I said, fair play to them. They've won the game. They've probably deserved to win it on the way they finished the game. And, you know, I wanted us to get a win. I think we needed to get a win anyway, to keep the pressure on and the belief for getting the Champions League positions in the league. A draw would have kept Sheffield United 4 points back. The fact that they've got that late winner, they've got that momentum, 1 point behind us, with, you know, Arsenal and Tottenham chasing. I mean, Europa League places are now at risk. We're slipping. We're the team that's sliding. So we've got to go, and we've got to get back on it for Everton. Otherwise, we could even lose the chance of Europa League. The only one silver lining, if there is anything to this, in terms of we're still in the Europa League, but obviously on the performances that we've had in the last few games, even the Europa League, you know, going all the way in that and getting Champions League in that way, you know, we just don't look, I don't know, what's the matter, what's wrong, you know, it's all Bolly making mistakes that he don't make again. Neves had that great shot from the free kick where he hit the top of the bar. I think that had been a couple of yards further out, it might have gone in. Traore got, you know, his shoulder in the first couple of minutes, whether that affected him. His decision-making wasn't really there. There's a cross shot in the first half which fell to Jimenez. Jimenez just don't seem to be able to get on the end of anything. And, you know, he's been having to play 90 minutes every match, and we don't have a natural backup. You know, Neto was injured. He gives spot. Jota just don't, you know, he's just going through this fast again where he's trying too hard and he's making bad decisions. He's too tense. He just needs something to go in and he'll go on fire again. That's what happens with Jota. Martino was a bit better today. I don't know. I just feel a little bit frustrated and a bit flat, but realistic, you know, where we're at the moment. You know, the only way we're going to definitely qualify for Europe is we've got to get at least 9 points, 8 to 9 points out the next 4 matches. If we've got any chance of getting Champions League in the league, it means we have to win every one of the next few games and hope other people slip up, which seems unlikely the way everyone else's forms is. They've got bigger squads to bring people on. We've got a small squad. Nuno loves a small squad, but what has Daniel Podence got to do to get on at Wolves? I understand that he's been away in Portugal. He got dispensation. He's got him on the bench. If he's on the bench, even if it's 10 or 15 minutes and he's not 100% fit, why is he not coming on? I don't get it. You've changed to 3-5-2. We ain't scored playing 3-5-2. I don't know. I'm frustrated, guys. Leave your thoughts below. I don't want to be negative or down, but I am frustrated with the performance. Too bad. The first half was okay. The second half, I don't know. Leave your thoughts below and how you're feeling about it. And, you know, and just keep the faith. You know, don't get too negatively down. It's a couple of games that we've lost and we've played bad. We're not used to it lately, but we've got to go again. And so, yeah, thanks for watching and keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith. Until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.